Going live.
Oh, there it is.
We
Okay.
are live. Hello, YouTube, and hello, everybody else out there. This is Bonnie here. So today we are going to do a quick meditation technique. Um, we're going to do bellows breath. I don't know if you've heard of it. There's a Sanskrit name for it, but this is the English name for it. And just quick, easy technique to help us center ourselves and get some nice life energy before we rush off to work today. Today was kind of an experiment because I typically do guided meditations in the evenings, and it seems like it's hard to get people up in here this early. So we do have AJ here. I'm happy AJ's here. But whether you're watching this live or in the future, that's all okay. If you want to join the Google Hangout, we still have about 7 spaces left to join, so feel free to join. The links are posted all over my Facebook, which is Bonnie LeBaron, B-O-N-N-I-E, LeBaron, L-E-B-A-R-O-N. You can also find them on Google+. So we were just taking a moment to put the intention out that people will be guided. The people who this meditation is specifically for will be guided to get here, so we'll see if anybody else shows up. AJ, do you want to introduce yourself, or do you want to be quiet today? It's up to you.
Hi, I'm AJ.
I can't see your picture for some reason. Are you doing that on purpose?
No,
Oh,
I'm
okay.
AJ.
That's weird.
Do you see me now? Do you see me?
No.
Oh, I don't know why, but it's there
It's
on
like
purpose.
on my screen, it's just a little blue person.
Really? That's weird.
Yeah, it's weird. So yeah, like I said, today is totally an experiment to see if anyone would show up. I personally love meditating in the mornings, and so I thought it would be fun to do a morning meditation. It's kind of a weird time because it's at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time, 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So anyway, it's a little confusing for people, but we'll be here and we'll just see what happens. So, should we start? Are we ready to start?
Yes.
All right, let's start. For the future people who might be watching this, they're like, you're stalling. Okay, so bellows breath, this is super simple. We're just going to do the technique, and then I will walk us, after the technique, I'll walk us through a short guided meditation. This is something you can bring with you anywhere because you can always stop and do it anywhere. But first, before we begin our meditation, I'd like to invite anyone to put out any intentions that they would like to receive from this meditation. Maybe it's just learning how to receive, or maybe it's a pain in your leg or something that you want to heal. Any intention would be great. Feel free to draw in your intention or what you want to learn or gain from this exercise in meditation. And I always like to, movement is really awesome for meditation. I always like to start with some movement. So in Qigong, we do a lot of shaking. So we can start by just kind of shaking it out. So you can start at your hands, kind of shake out your hands, shake out your wrists, shake out your arms, and just kind of move our bodies. Get the blood flowing. We might have been sleeping. We just woke up. You can shake your head. Not too hard, though. Moving your head up and down. Shake our abs and our legs. And feel free to take your hands and put them on your legs and help kind of shake them around. Good. And then here's a couple things I always like to do in the beginning of my meditations. I didn't plan on doing this, but let's do it. So we just take our fingertips and put our hands on our head, and then do small circles on our scalp. So we will feel our brain underneath our scalp, and we're just doing light little circles. So we actually feel our scalp moving around underneath our brain, or over our brain. And we go all over, and we're just waking up our brain, stimulating it, saying hello to our brain. And then we can do skull taps. You don't have to do this hard, nice and lightly. We'll just take our fingers and just tap all over our brain. Good. And before we begin our technique, let's take 3 nice breaths just on our own free timing. But let's try and make them slow and calm, peaceful breaths. And we'll take 3. And on the exhale, if you feel comfortable, I'm going to do it. You can exhale and actually say the word ha as we exhale. So we inhale. Ha. And 3 times kind of on your own speed. And again. Good. And for this exercise, it might help a little bit to sit forward on your chair. And we do want a straight spine. We want our back to be straight. And we'll try and relax all of our body. Oh, yay, we got another person. Oh, Mark, he was here a second ago. Hi, Mark.
Hi, for whatever reason, there is no sound.
There's no sound? You can't hear me? Can you hear me, AJ?
Yeah.
Okay. Mark, can you hear me, Mark? Weird. Okay. Well, feel free to say hi at any point, Mark. Otherwise, we're just going to keep going here with, we're moving on now to our technique of bellows breath. I'm going to mute you just because I hear some rattling in the background, but you can always unmute if you have something you want to say. Okay? Thanks for being here. Okay, and also thank you to anyone who might be listening or watching live. I know I have some friends who are afraid. Uh-oh, I muted him and he left. I know I have some friends who are watching specifically on YouTube as they get ready to maybe come on air sometime. It can be scary coming on air, so I understand that totally. And shout out to all of our YouTube watchers. All right, let's do the breath. Enough talking. So all we do here, I keep saying all we do, but actually we're doing a lot, even though it's simple, so it seems like we're not doing a lot, but we're helping our blood circulate through our body and getting our breath to move through our body also. So let's start by just, I always like to do this. This isn't actually part of Bella's breath, but we take our hands and put them like this, kind of do some flexing and releasing, flexing and releasing. So we're powering up our hands, circulating some energy through our arms. Good. Kind of shake it out. I do a lot of shaking. Shaking is good. And so what this looks like, I'll show you once, and then you can try it on the second time. So we'll start with our hands here, holding them like this. And we inhale, and it's a sharp inhale and a sharp exhale. We call this warrior's breath in Qigong. We kind of use the warrior's breath here. So we actually inhale, and we raise our arms above our head. Exhale, drop our hands down. And so it's just a inhale. And it's on the exhale that we come down. So we're going to do it about a cycle of about 10 to 15 times, and I'll tell you when to stop. And then we stop and just allow our breath to flow to us. Does that make sense? And then we'll do a little short guided meditation. This technique really helps activate our brain, get our blood flowing through our body. And yeah, so does everyone understand? So we're just going to inhale, exhale, drop our hands down. And this is all in through our nose and out through our nose. And you should be able to hear yourself breathing. So if it's just a small, you're not going to get the same effect. We do want to hear ourselves So you might want to grab a tissue if you need one, blow your nose, feel free to do that. We do need clear nostrils for this one, or it helps at least. Okay, so let's start. We'll do it, let's say 10 times for the first one. Are we ready? I can't see you, AJ, so it's like I'm doing this all by myself.
Yeah, no, I'm ready.
Okay, all right, we're ready. Okay, so we'll start with just taking a nice deep breath on your own speed, on your own time, still holding your hands up because we're getting ready for this exercise. This is the part where we can invite our higher selves or our higher power to bless our practice, or we don't have to. Either way, you will receive benefits from doing the exercises. We can bring up our intention, say thank you intention, and then put it down, because here we are focused on our breath, and we will also take a moment here to honor ourselves for being here and showing up to heal ourselves. So thank you, self. Okay, ready? Begin. Keep the eyes closed. Good, and go ahead and place your hands on your knees or just rest your hands. We did 15 there because I was feeling called to do that. It felt good. In this moment, we will feel our body and notice if any tingling sensations have arrived. Notice if we feel any difference in our bodies from doing that short breathing exercise for only a few moments. I feel warmth around my ears and my hands. Maybe you feel tingling. Recognize whatever it is we feel, the sensations in our body. Using free breath timing here. Keeping the eyes closed, we will raise our hands again to this position. And we'll begin another round. And ready, begin. So we inhale on the way up, exhale down. Good, and stop and go ahead and rest your hands on your legs or anywhere they feel comfortable to rest. Rooting our feet into the ground, feeling any sensations that we might feel. It's common to suddenly be warmer after doing this. Even though we're not doing a lot of movement, we are increasing our flow of chi or our flow of our breath to be able to oxygenate our bodies. Good. Just a couple more rounds here. Beginning with our hands in our ready position. And we'll go ahead and inhale, exhale, like we're bringing the heavens down. Inhale, exhale. Good, and go ahead and rest our hands on our legs. We'll begin breathing our air all the way to our feet and allowing it to come to us effortlessly. Healing ourselves in the present moment by feeling all the sensations that arise. Good. We just have 2 more. We did a little more than 15 on that one. I'll keep this one at 15. So our hands will go in this position. And begin with an inhale. Exhale. Good, and rest our hands on our legs. Keeping our gaze out at the horizon. And here comes the last one. Hands ready. And we begin. Inhale. Exhale. Good, and relax. Putting our hands on our legs, or wherever they feel comfortable most. Keeping our gaze out at the horizon. And ever so slowly and gently, we can open our eyes. And just feel our body for a moment, see if we feel any less tension, or notice what it feels like to circulate our air. Feel free to shake it out anywhere. And good job, everybody. That was great. That was the technique. So now we'll begin. We'll keep it short since that technique took a little while. We'll do just, what sounds good to you? Like a 10-minute meditation, AJ?
I can do 30.
You could do 30?
Yeah.
Okay. We could do it longer. And if anybody has to rush off to work or anything like that, feel free to just participate in as much as you can, or as much time as you have today. And now is a good time to run to the restroom or take a sip of water. Get our space nice and comfortable for our meditation. Remembering one of the keys here is to have our back be straight. We prefer to have our hips over our knees somehow, but if you just want to sit. Oh, good, we got one more person. What great timing right before we started. Oh, 2. Yay! Hey guys. Grab. Andy's asking if the meditation ended. No, we actually just finished our technique. We did the technique of bellows breath, and now we are going to do we'll do about 15, 20-minute guided meditation now. So I'm going to, okay, we lost someone. I'm going to mute you, Andy, because I'm hearing a lot of static. And we can all talk after the meditation. Okay. All right. Did you have a specific intention that you wanted to share, AJ?
Mm-mm.
Okay, all right, then we'll just go with it. My intention right now is going to be receiving abundance.
All right.
I'm working on the receiving part. But you can have any intention you want. Everyone can have any intention they want.
Hey, Bonnie.
Hey, Andy. Do you have a specific intention for the meditation?
Well, since I actually missed the techniques, I don't know what did you guys do during the past 15, 20 minutes. I was actually doing my sun gazing right outside the door.
Okay, well we just did a little technique called bellows breath, but we're gonna just do the meditation now, and then we can talk about it all after.
Oh, okay, then I
I
was
hear.
I was at an intention where I wanna like dedicate this to the children at
Okay.
asylum.
Okay. Sending positive energy. That's great. I also do always hold a world intention for world peace in my meditation, so that's something that I also will be putting the intention for is world peace. I don't know if you heard the first Google Hangout meditation I did, but basically that's why I'm here. It's just to figure out how to bring world peace, and I think that if we each find peace within our own lives, it'll be easier to generate that peace throughout the world. So, one small step at a time, baby steps. Hi, Matt. Welcome. Okay, let's start because I don't want our YouTube viewers to leave us while we're chatting here. I'm going to mute you, Annie, because I hear static. Okay. I also want to put out a reminder that if there are distractions that arise, that's okay. Let's just calmly and gently bring our attention back to the breath. And instead of letting the distractions make us angry or letting the other thoughts, come in, it's like the thoughts are going to come because our brains are so used to having thoughts all the time, constantly. So just think of it like, a wave. They come in and they just float out, or like the clouds in the sky, they're going right past us, and we can be the observer of them without having to engage in them. So that is one of the keys. Alrighty. We'll begin by closing our eyes very gently and softly. And start to center ourselves in our body by feeling our feet. Wherever it is your feet are, maybe your feet are in Indian style sitting position, or maybe a lotus position, or maybe they're planted on the ground. We'll just bring our attention to our feet. And today I'm feeling a little bit airy, a little bit spacey, a little up high in my chakras. So I'm going to begin by rooting my feet into the ground. What I mean by that is exactly what it sounds like. I'm imagining that my feet, like I'm a tree, and my feet are the beginning of the roots, and my feet are going to root into the ground, growing deeper into the earth. Noticing any sensations that arise as our feet plant into the earth. Noticing that this energy can move both ways. But first we'll go ahead and drop any worries that we're holding on to, anything that's frustrating us or upsetting us, and we will root it into the ground and our beautiful Mother Earth, she can handle our problems if we invite her to help. So we can just drop them to the ground and let them be purified through the earth. Allowing any negative feelings to be dropped right here into the earth so that we are free to have our beautiful meditation. We can always send some gratitude to our beautiful earth. For purifying, energizing, and healing us. Remembering we can come back to this space with our earth at any point during the meditation if we're feeling distracted. We can always root back into the earth. And we'll begin to recognize our breath. Noticing how it feels as it comes in and as it goes out. Beginning to draw our air up closer to our third eye or to our pineal gland with each breath. So we actually feel our breath. What's the temperature of our breath as it comes into our body and moves closer up our nostrils, closer to that point right in between our eyebrow center, a little bit lifted above the eyebrows. Finding that point through our breath. We can draw a point of light there, or a ball of light. Whatever it is that you see is okay. Picking up our abdominal breathing. So as we inhale, our stomachs get big. And as we exhale, we feel our stomachs move closer to the wall of our spine, closer to our spine. If that kind of breathing doesn't work for you, that's okay too. But continuing to feel the breath. We'll take a few moments here, drawing that point of light. And next we will start to notice all the sounds around us. Everything we hear, I hear a fan blowing. the air conditioner, wherever we are, whatever it is we hear, we'll tune into those sounds, allowing ourselves to be completely in the present moment. Doors shutting. We continue to feel our breath as we hear all of the sounds. Noticing that the sounds are not distractions. They simply are, just as we are, here in this present moment. If thoughts do come in, we can see them without engaging in them by simply turning our awareness back to our breath flowing up to our third eye, we can begin our body recharge section of our meditation now. Just how we drew the energy into our feet from the earth earlier, we'll do that again. Starting with our right foot, becoming aware of the right foot, of the right knee, of our right hip, even the right side of our waist. Moving to our left foot now, becoming aware of our left foot. Moving up to our right knee, our left knee, left knee. Bringing awareness there, drawing this beautiful energy from the earth up to that knee, that left knee. Moving up, relaxing our hip, our left hip, our bottom, and the left side of our waist. Going back to our right, we'll release our right hand, the lower part of our right arm, the upper part of our right arm, and our shoulder, our right shoulder. We hold a lot of tension in our shoulders. Just release that tension. If you're having trouble releasing the tension in our right shoulder, draw our air to exactly where it is we feel the tension. And as we exhale, feel that release. And imagine the pain or the tension turning into a vapor and then just disappearing, being evaporated. Noticing how our right arm might feel heavier now after that. And that's nice. We can sink into that feeling. Moving to our left side, we'll relax our left hand or just bring awareness there. Our left lower portion of our arm from our elbow to our wrist, bringing an awareness there. And from our elbow up to our shoulder on our left arm, bringing our awareness there and releasing any tension. And now our whole left shoulder, bringing our awareness there and releasing any tension. Remembering we can always use the power of our breath to help release the tension by drawing our breath to that spot. Beautiful. Moving up now, the two sides merge into one as we feel our neck. Bringing an awareness there. Noticing the healing that takes place as we draw our awareness there. Moving up, we will relax our tongue, bringing our awareness to our tongue. What does it feel like to relax our tongue? If you feel comfortable doing so, you can place your tongue on the roof of your mouth for the rest of the meditation, or you can keep your tongue nice and relaxed. Play around with what feels right to you. Continuing to feel our breath as we move up our body, bringing the awareness to our mouth, relaxing the mouth and our jaw. Moving up, we're relaxing our cheeks, both sides, and our eyes. Recognizing our eyes and even the sockets around them as we feel all tension released with our awareness of this space. Noticing as we release any tension, we're able to fill that space now with peace energy. Moving up to our third eye and our eyebrow center, our forehead, releasing, relaxing, bringing awareness. And to the top of our head, keeping our spine engaged as if we're being pulled up by a string. We'll relax the scalp on our head, bringing, or if it's hard to relax, we can just bring our awareness there. Even feel what it feels like to recognize the space above our head. Releasing our ears. And now that we're at this space above our head, we will imagine a beautiful peace, energy, white light be drawn all around our being, coming right out of the top of our head, and making a nice circle of white light all around us. Cleansing our aura as we do this. And we'll take a few moments here to draw out our white light circle around our aura, or around our bodies, filling our aura. If there's anywhere in your body you're feeling pain, this might be a nice time to take our hand and place it hovering above wherever it is we're feeling pain. Not actually touching our body in that spot, simply putting our hand over that spot, imagining the white light in between our hand and that spot we're feeling pain. It also helps to imagine a point of light at the base of our spine, our sitting bones, near our sitting bones, and draw that white light up our spine, all the way up our spine, through our neck, out the top of our head, connecting with the white light all around us. Noticing the white light pulse with our breath. As we inhale, it pulses larger. As we exhale, it gets just a little smaller. And as we inhale again, it grows even larger. We will take 2 more minutes here. Keeping our gaze centered just above the horizon. Here we'll do another quick body scan and see if there's anywhere that we feel uncomfortable or any pain, and we can move around a little bit if we need to adjust. And we'll go ahead and let go of any techniques, knowing we can always bring them back into our meditation at any point. And for about the next 60 seconds, we will be, just simply be. Being in the present moment. We'll begin to close our meditation by imagining drawing that white light from our hands. We can imagine it gathering in our hands. Chi energy. And draw it up to our heart, from our arms, from our hands, through our arms, meeting at our heart center. If you want, you can always put your hand over your heart at this stage. Feeling the light in our heart. Sometimes I put my hand a little, not touching my skin, and I feel the light between my hand and my heart. And here we can smile and take a moment to smile into our heart. What does it feel like to smile into our heart center? If we're smiling to our heart. Thanking our hearts and being grateful for our hearts and our heart center. Area where we hold our soul, the seat of our soul. Beautiful. We can think of beauty, energy, love, light, wisdom, peace, all of the gifts that we gain from meditation in this section. Harmony, joy, energy, sound, wisdom, feeling that strong connection to the peace energy inside of us, noticing that we have this energy at all times and we can access it. So we'll end our meditation. If you feel comfortable, we can put our hands together and think of a situation we might want to bring peace energy to. Maybe it's our future selves, maybe it's another person, maybe it's world peace. I'm going to do world peace right now. Anything that in our lives that we would like to actively send peace energy to. Love energy, Kai, Prana, Chi. Feeling it gather in our hands. And if you feel called to, we can rub our hands together. I do it really fast and gather all that energy so you feel the warmth in your hands. Imagining the person, situation that we want to send it to in a blue light, surrounded by blue and gold light on the outside. We'll imagine the energy, peace energy in our hands. And we, through a tube of white light, a tunnel of white light, protected white light, we can open our hands and allow this energy to be sent there effortlessly, easily, protected. Taking about another 30 seconds to vision what we want out of the situation, what we would, a solution maybe, or if you can't think of what exactly you would want, just imagining light all around it. Honoring ourselves, take a moment, we can put our hands together, send gratitude, love, or you can keep your hands spread out, whichever feels more comfortable to you. And we will send gratitude to ourselves for showing up to heal ourselves today. Send gratitude to our earth for being such a wonderful earth that can heal us, energize us, and purify us. To the sky, to the heavens, feeling that sensation of gratitude, thanking ourselves, honoring ourselves. And lastly, we'll finish with our 3 ohms. I'm going to inhale and exhale with the ohm. You can do it however feels comfortable to you. Good. And before we open our eyes, we'll give one more second to honor ourselves. And we will, but before we open our eyes, we want to remember to do it very gradually, slowly, and gently when we do open our eyes. Anytime in the next minute or so, we want to open our eyes. On your own time, very gently, very slowly. Noticing if the world looks any different after we've spent this time healing and creating light and peace. Awesome. Hey everyone.
Hiya.
Hey, Paul.
Hey, AJ. Hey, Bonnie.
Hey.
Hey.
I'll say real quick, thank you for watching YouTube. We appreciate you. We're going to have a little discussion, so feel free to stay for the discussion, or if you have to go now. That concludes the meditation section, so thanks for joining. But we can stay live so we can have a little talk if we want. How are you guys feeling? Boggy, I'm glad you got here, and you chime in at some point. Awesome, I saw you.
Yeah, basically I had to reboot my computer, and somehow I picked up some sort of virus that wouldn't let me get on to the Hangout. So I had to basically reset from about a week ago, do a systems restore to get on. So that's why I've taken so long.
Oh, no worries. Anytime is a good time. Let's see, that was about, man, I always forget to look at the time. I think that was about, let's see, it's 11:14. That was about 30 minutes. Maybe a little bit more. 30 to 40 minutes, so good job for hanging in there. Did anybody feel any sensations?
Anybody? Well, for me, it was good flow of energy, of chi, and you have a very soothing voice to drift you through the meditation, so it's very good.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. I notice when I'm in meditations, I don't even mean to, and my voice just gets calmer. Like my natural state of being is so up here. And so when I finally do meditations, it's nice to get that balance.
I've noticed that. It's really cool though.
Hey Tony,
Hey.
did you notice that with my voice? Bonnie's voice level is normally up here. I mean, this is why I need to do meditation though, is because my natural being is like way chaotic.
Ground.
I can't. You guys are still all tired right now, but like I'm already up and running.
I
As
didn't get any.
always.
I didn't get any sleep.
I only like I woke up around 4:30, but then I got back to sleep at like 9.
No, yeah, there was no sleep that happened. The closest sleep I got was this meditation.
No.
They say that meditation can be equal, 20 minutes of meditation can be equal to 1 hour of sleep. Some people
Yeah.
think
Yeah, it seemed like
Or
it's
longer.
or yeah, I was
or
gonna say,
longer,
some
right?
people say 2 hours, it could be longer. Your body
It,
gets what it needs, that
it,
energy coming.
it also depends what type of meditation you do, because as I will always say a lot, is that technically when you focus on one thing, forget anything else, i.e. going for a walk in the park or swimming or fishing, that technically is a meditation, but when you close your eyes you're going internal. And if you're focusing purely just on like naturally breathing in, naturally breathing out, forget everything else. You do that for about 15 minutes. That can be hardcore sleep. That can be like a good couple of hours sleep, where you just literally close yourself down and just allow all you're focusing on is just breathing. You're not even trying to overly focus on that, and that can be like good. I've done that where being a chef and a baker, I've had to be up 24, 36 hours, or actually as a personal bodyguard as well. And all you got is 20 minutes. So you do that for 20 minutes, and it has boosted me for at least 5, 6 hours. So all good.
Yeah, yeah, it's amazing. It's definitely it's something that I it's like an addiction for me because when I don't meditate, I tend to oversleep and then I'm still tired. So I have to do these breathing just to get the energy flowing through
You
my
know where
body.
I got my energy from, because seriously, so far I only slept like 2 or 3 hours every day for like the past 3 months, and yet I'm still smiling at you guys.
Yeah.
Well, it's the whole, in the Shaolin temples, the Shaolin and the Taoists, that's their main thing of sleep. They talk about, only having the like what they call what they call natural sleep, as in just falling asleep, and but cheat sleep is meditation as far as they're concerned. So they will do, anything from 15 minutes to a couple of hours. But they normally do they'll do bursts. They go and do hardcore training, then they'll go do a burst of meditation, and then do hardcore training again. Especially if you ever heard of the auctionators, as they're known in China, which are the chi practitioners that basically live off air, chi, and water. So they don't eat, but they live right smack bang next to, on the side of a mountain with a forest and lots of and a lake. So they're very pure chi. There was a thing in England a couple of years ago that this doctor went off on this rant about for about 3 months about the Indian auctionators, and saying how terrible they were, and it's all bad, and it's like, but the point he was missing, or the point he didn't want to make, was the fact that it is possible to live off purely water, air, and chi, but you need to be in a pure environment and doing tons of meditation and training slash qigong. That's just a throw that out there.
Oh, that is interesting. I heard something about that. I think it was they have a contest. I don't know if it's the same ones or not, but they have a contest to see how many towels that they can dry overnight on their
Yeah,
back.
yeah, I've done that. I've done that. That's slightly that's the similar. Um, well, they're in the same realm as such. That's not quite the auctionators, though. The auctionators can do that. But in some of the Taoist temples and the Taoist temples have a tendency of being of. They're not the only ones, but there's a lot of Taoist temples on Udang or Wudang Mountain, and I've been there where I sort of dried one. It was about -15, and we're up near the lake, and they put the towers in the lake, and I sort of dried one after about 45 minutes, and the guy next to me is smiling away because they're putting a towel on his back every about 8 minutes, and the steam's just rising off the towel, and then they put another towel on. And it's like, yeah, that's a yes, you know. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I know I'm not that good. But it's about raising the chi. Um, yeah, it's about raising the chi, and the auctionate. The whole point of either drying these wet towels or living off of air and chi, it's all just a metaphor. It's more. It's not about doing the stunt itself as such or doing that action. It's more about what that means. Is that you've achieved a certain level of ability because you can do this thing. It's just like the with the Shaolin and the Tai Chi and whatnot of the Farjing of people pushing somebody or punching somebody and them going 6, 7, 8 foot, or somebody else hitting somebody and they're the one going backwards. It looks like some sort of magic trick and powerful stunt, but what it actually is more of a metaphor of the ability of that person, that they've gained the ability of the chi. So the whole thing of like in the Matrix or even in Star Wars or the old Chinese movies where they're flying in the air, where they're doing all these cool stuff. It's a metaphor to that they have gathered the energy, they have harnessed the ability to make air solid, to be able to fly, to be able to slow down time. It's all a metaphor for the ability that the level they have achieved, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, one thing that you touched upon that a lot of people might not know is Star Wars was actually based on an old Chinese martial arts film.
Yep. George Lucas. Basically, there's lots of. It's a little bit like the Matrix. The Matrix and George Lucas and Star Wars were pretty much in the essence the same. As the Matrix was also based on the Chinese films and what they were talking about, which is the whole thing of with the Matrix is that in Taoism, in Buddhism, the universe is a dream. In Taoism, the universe is an illusion. So in essence, the same thing, but it's about that the universe is just pure energy. So the whole thing in the Matrix of you see on the first film you see at the end everything being the green lines and everybody being green, and then certain programmers were actually gold, and that's supposed to hint about in the Taoist belief of everything is pure energy. And in Star Wars is basically the whole thing of the Jedi, the whole philosophy of the Jedi is basically Taoism. It talks about the Force be with you always, and the Force is in everywhere, and everything is the Force, and the dark side of the Force and the light side. That's all about Chi and Cha and the whole concept of Taoism. The Jedi comes from he took that from the Egyptian word, the D-Jedi, and the D-Jedi means the pillar of light, or the followers of the light, of the knowledge, and the Jedi was said to come from the same family as the Taoists, and even Darth Vader the Vedas is the book of knowledge. The Vedas were the Hindu gods that were said to come from the stars that brought great wealth of spiritual knowledge and technology. So, you know, all the terminologies used in Star Wars were from all the old ancient Eastern cultures, or Eastern and ancient cultures. So the whole thing about Star Wars is all about the Eastern cultures and about, you know, the ancient knowledge, and the whole thing about the Jedi. The Jedi are the followers of light, the keepers of the light, of the knowledge. But hey, what do I know?
Actually, somebody was talking about the Jedi earlier, about about where it came from, the Egyptians. Hello?
Hello?
I thought I heard somebody.
Let's see. We all kind of know each other, except for, yeah, I don't know you. So, do you want to say hi? Introduce yourself? You don't have to.
Hello, Baya.
I think that's Andy. You can't hear you, though.
Yeah, I hear Andy. Okay. That's okay. They might not want to say hi right now. Every time there's a new person, I'm like, hey! I get all excited. Well, I think I'm going to end the live broadcast. Is there anything anybody wants to say to the internet, to YouTube world?
Hi, Internet.
My internet. I would like to say we're doing another group Google Hangout meditation Tuesday night, which is tomorrow, at 7:30 or 7. I haven't decided on time. I don't know. Does anyone have any preference at 7 or 7:30? Anyone in this hangout right now?
No,
Alright,
whatever. It's all good. I'll try to be there either way.
Let's do 7, because then it'll start at 7:30. I don't know. It's like dinner time, though, but it's nice to catch a meditation before or after dinner, before it gets too late, you know?
Yeah, I think it'd be after dinner for me.
Okay.
Yeah. So, okay, we'll do 7. I think I wrote on the invite 7, so we'll stick with that. So 7 p.m. Central Standard Time tomorrow, Tuesday, and also I'm going to try and do this Monday mornings at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. So thanks so much for joining, and I will see you all soon. Namaste.
Yep.